Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Have you ever lost it or see someone in your life that lost it? Well, the scientific word for lost it is called amygdala hijack. Remember the amygdala that I spoke about before? That's your fight-flight center. It keeps you safe from danger. But when it senses that something is dangerous when it really isn't, and the emotional response to something is disproportionate in its intensity, its duration, is disproportional to what has happened, we sometimes say, oh, she lost it. That means the amygdala was hijacked. It got jammed on and it stayed on. So I'm sure I'm not the only one that loses it once in a while, or I'm sure you can think of people who you know that have lost it. And this happens both in our personal and professional lives. In our personal lives, sometimes it can be more dramatic. In our professional lives, sometimes it can be a little more contained, but nonetheless the same effect. So when our amygdala gets hijacked, it's very difficult to bring it back down if you are not aware that you're actually in an amygdala hijack. Sometimes something happens and all of a sudden I'm like, look at that. I was just hijacked. Or we even with our children will say, oh, you know, we lost it. But then we don't make fun of that. We really are sympathetic to somebody getting hijacked, especially in our children. If they get hijacked, if their amygdala gets hijacked, we have to be sympathetic to it. Something, a trigger, set them off. They just went from 0 to 100. For those of you who like driving fast, I do. So 0 to 100 in no time. And that is actually a lot of it not in their control. And our job is to not bring awareness just to ourselves, but to them, to say what triggered you, because what might have triggered you is not going to trigger me. And so when we as adults identify our triggers, we'll be able to predict what's going to set us off or not. So the other day, as a personal example, I was vacuuming, yes, in my pajamas, and fuming and vacuuming the whole house. My children were watching TV. So after I finished vacuuming, or in the middle of my vacuuming, I was fuming. Why is no one coming to help me? Why is no one coming to help me? So this was all building up. My daughter happened to say, she got up from the TV and she happened to say, I'm gonna go and take a shower. And I lost it. So I got amygdala hijacked. So I went out of control. I threw the vacuum and I was like, no, you're not. And all of a sudden, it shocked her and me. I was surprised. But basically, my amygdala got so jammed on that it actually was not in my control. And it's okay to then acknowledge it and maybe even apologize for losing it, but then to be able to speak it. So later I went to her room and I explained why I was hijacked and that I had been brewing about me being the only one vacuuming the house, and her comment was just the button that made it jam on, and then I lost it. So mindfulness, meditation teaches you to recognize when you get hijacked. Because sometimes when you're sitting for meditation, like I did yesterday morning, it actually is crappy. Like I had all these triggers. I had all these things that I was like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I should be on Instagram or whatever, which I'll talk to you about later. But I was just so agitated. And when you sit and have to bring control and breath, that actually is the exercise to then work on not getting hijacked so that when you need it, it's a neural pathway that you've already created. So I hope that that helps. Please don't ever call anybody out and be like, your amygdala hijacked. That's not the point. The point is just observe it in ourselves and observe it in others, and then be able to use it as a teaching moment. So the more you can spend time with a breath, even in difficult times. Meditation is not supposed to be done just when it's easy. It's supposed to be a routine, so you practice it actually most importantly when you're agitated, because that's the time that you're gonna grow. And they say, I'm gonna screw this poem up, but light shines through the broken parts. So unless you are kind of broken and something's bothering you, that's where the light's gonna shine in. So the importance of practicing mindfulness and meditation is not just to do it on nice sunny days where you're wearing your Mickey Mouse shirt. It's to actually do it on tough days and challenging times where it helps to build the resilience and helps to do the teaching. So I hope that next time you lose it, you remember this, and I hope I try to lose it less, and I'll see you tomorrow.